Beyond the Mic with Sean Dillon.
We're joined on the star line by an Academy Award and Emmy Award-winning actress. Her latest film, lending her voice to Killian and the Comeback Kids. We welcome the legendary Lee Grant.
What's your name?
My name is Sean Dillon.
Gosh, look at your cute face.
I try to make it so we can have a little fun. Lee, let's go beyond the mic. What did lending your voice for this movie mean to you, especially since you aren't in front of the camera or behind it? You're just in a voice room.
Well, this boy, this Taylor Purdy, is a whole kind of part of my life. His mother was a babysitter. Roberta Morris was a babysitter for my adopted baby Belinda, and kind of stayed with me and became a whatever, and then became a very big producer with Fury Grant, which was our company, Joey's and mine. And then she had a baby. So there was Taylor Purdy with his little head, with his big eyes, listening to his mom and Lee talking. And then he grew up and made this fabulous movie, Killian and the Comeback, which he wrote and directed and starred in and wrote the music for and hired the people. And, it's an all-around feat of somebody who really got it when he was a kid.
On stage and screen, in front of and behind the camera, which role did you find the most fulfilling?
There was a movie, a television movie I made with Gig Young. It was called The Neon Ceiling, and it was on television, and it was about a woman who was not unlike me in my first marriage, where I was not loved a lot. It gave me a chance for the first time to kind of go to that place and get over it. And so it meant a lot to me. But it was on television. It was a very extraordinary piece of work.
Lee, what's your favorite memory of Hollywood?
Favorite memory? I have so many. I had those 12 years of not being able to work in film or television, 12 years of the blacklist. And then these 12 remarkable years of directors, coming up to me and saying, work in my film. The friendships were deep and loving, and we were working. We were making remarkable movies. Of course, I made some that were as crappy as anybody. I dare anybody to tell me they made a movie crappier than The Bees Are Coming, The Swarm. I dare any actor to tell me that they made a movie crappier than The Swarm. But then, I had very good company in the Jimmy Stewart, and we all took those movies because we all needed the money, so you do one The Swarm for one shampoo.
We're talking to the legendary Lee Grant beyond the mic, and I want to know, who's the one friend in entertainment that you miss?
Gosh. Well, Olivia de Havilland comes to my Airport 76. And Olivia de Havilland, who had been a huge star, was on that plane with me. And when the plane went down, the director said, well, who wants to drown first? Olivia raised her little hand and said, oh, I would. Now, I had it written into my contract that a stunt double would do my dive into the thing, that as a star, I wouldn't have to do. But when Olivia de Havilland said, oh, let me be first, I was so ashamed. And when the director said, we have your stunt double, you don't have it. I said, no, that's wrong. I really want to do it. And so she was an example, and she was in her 70s then. she was an example of such, take a chance, go for it, leap for it, live. And it made a big impression on me.
Directing, acting, and a life filled with joy, love, and family. What's your proudest moment in your life?
I think my family. I think when my family is around the kitchen table and I have Dinah, my daughter from my first husband, has 2 boys. And so I have my grandsons and my daughter that we adopted, Joey and I, my grandchildren, my Belinda Jones, and the 2 girls. I think that's when Joey and I feel our best and proudest and richest and dearest and lovingest and yum.
It's time for One Big Question with Lee Grant, voice in Killian and the Comeback Kids. Beyond the Mic. Lee, of all the documentaries covering so many topics that you've done, what's the one you love the most?
Well, I really think that we are re-entering Down and Out in America. I made it when people were first losing their homes and farms and houses were being thrown out on the street. But I think it has come to a point where that documentary really showed the things to come in a terrible, terrible way.
Wife, mother, grandmother, activist, and Academy Award-winning actress and director. Her latest film is Killian and the Comeback Kids. We thank the legendary Lee Grant for taking the time to talk with us today.
Sean, you're great. You really are. I've really enjoyed you. You're a great interviewer. I just love it. This is fun. I didn't think it was going to be fun.
And that, my friends, is a Beyond the Mic shortcut.